Welcome to Prenatal Yoga with Nikki. We're going to start in a comfortable seated position, toes curled under or feet flat. Bring your hands to your abdomen and start to connect with your breath. Equal in-breaths and out-breaths. We want to focus on our breath work more than anything today. So if you feel like you're ever losing your breath, just take a moment. Place your hands on your abdomen and come back to your breath. We're going to go into child's pose now. Bring your knees mat distance apart, feet together. Drop your hips back toward your feet. Bring your hands straight out in front of you and let your head rest between your arms. Again, focusing in on that breath, equal in-breath and out-breath. Next, we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. Bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Knees directly underneath your hips for cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly down, look up, bring your shoulder blades back. Exhale, curl yourself, look toward your navel. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look toward your navel. Continue doing this with your own breath for a couple more times. Now we're going to do some balancing. Bring your left foot back, right arm in front of you. If you feel comfortable, bring your foot up off the floor. Keep your breath even here. Drop your knee back down, your hand back down. We're going to go on the other side. Bring your right foot back behind you, left arm out in front of you, and if you feel comfortable, bring that leg up. Again, focusing in on that breath. Got to do a little balancing in core to keep everything engaged. Now let's do some hip circles. Bring your knees directly underneath your hips. Hands under your shoulders, start to rotate your hips around, getting as big of a range of motion as you can. And when you feel comfortable, switch sides. Just want to keep those hips nice and open. We're going to come up into our first down dog. Curl your toes under. Press your hips all the way up into the air. Bring your hands in between your arms, let your head relax. And if it feels comfortable, you can bend one knee and then the other, helping stretch out our hamstrings. Wake them up a little bit before we go into our sun salutations. And when you feel comfortable, you can bring your heels down as close to the mat as possible. Look forward to your hands and slowly step your feet up. You can bring blocks underneath your hands if you can't touch the mat. And bring your feet as wide apart as possible. Mine are mat distance apart to leave room for my belly. Let yourself hang here comfortably. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. And we're going to slowly come all the way up into a standing position to begin our sun salutations. Very slowly make your way all the way up. Roll your shoulders back. Roll them forward. Really loosen up those shoulders. Keep rotating forward and back. Bring your hands above your head and slowly dip your hands over to your right side. If it feels comfortable, you can bring one hand down. Bring both arms back up. And as you exhale, you're going to slowly dip to the opposite side. Again, if it feels comfortable, you can bring that hand down. And let your neck go wherever feels comfortable. I'm looking up, but you can leave your face forward. Inhale both arms up and exhale into prayer in front of your heart. Set your intention for today's class. Who do you want to dedicate this practice to? Bring your feet wide, toes apart. Dip your hips down in between your knees. If it feels comfortable to you, you can rock gently from side to side. You can rest your hands wherever is comfortable. I have mine in prayer, but you can bring them down onto your legs or even up into the sky if that feels comfortable. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up and exhale down. A few more times here. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, come back down into a squat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down into that squat position. Inhale, arms up. And again, exhale down into that squat position. Inhale up. Exhale down. Slowly start to straighten your legs. We're going to go into our warrior poses now. Bring your arms parallel to the mat. We're going to bend on our left side first, so keep those left toes facing forward, and your right toes should face toward the side of the mat. Bending that knee at a nice 90-degree angle. You don't want to come forward over the knee. We're going to switch sides, bring our hands down, pivot that foot forward. Then bring your right toes to face the back of the mat. Inhale your arms up. And then bend that right knee. Your gaze should be going out over the front of your right hand. Remember, equal in-breaths and out-breaths here. We're switching sides again. Come facing center and then back over to our left side, bringing that left foot out. Bending that left knee. We're going to build on this. We are now in Warrior Two pose. And then we're going to bring that right arm down onto our back leg. And bring our left arm up into the air. Gaze going up into that hand. Breathe in deeply here. We're going to switch sides, bring those arms back parallel, back in Warrior Two. Straighten that leg. Come center, turn toward your opposite side. Bring that right leg over, bend that right knee. We're back in our Warrior Two. Then we're going to come in to Reverse Warrior. Drop that left arm down now onto the left leg, right arm up into the air. Gaze into that palm. Continuing to build on this, bring your arms back parallel in Warrior Two. Straighten your right leg. Pivot yourself forward, hands down. Let's take a brief moment here and check in on our breath. We're going to bring our hand to our heart and abdomen. Close your eyes. Tune inward. Reconnect with that breath. Remember the intention that you set for this practice. Open your eyes, bring your arms back down and going back to building on this. Arms parallel. Left toes out, bend into that left knee. We're back in our Warrior Two position. From here, we are going to go into that reverse warrior, bringing that right arm back down and left arm up in the air. Gaze into the palm. And then we're going to bring that left arm on the inside of our left leg and right arm up into the air. Or you can rest your elbow onto your knee here as well. Breathe in deeply, equal in-breaths and out-breaths. Inhale, arms parallel back in warrior two. Straighten that left leg. Pivot yourself to the other side, bending that right knee, toes facing the back of the mat. Inhale your arms up. Bend that knee down. Then getting ready to go into our reverse warrior, bringing that left arm down the left leg, right arm up into the air. Before we go into our extended side angle pose, get ready to pivot your right arm all the way down the right side of your leg, or elbow resting on your knee. Keep breathing here, equal in-breaths and out-breaths. And coming back into our warrior two, bring your arms parallel. Straighten that leg, bring your arms down to rest. Bring your feet forward. Hands into a fist behind you. And stretch your shoulders back and away. If it feels comfortable, you can drop your head back as well. Just opening up that chest. This is a nice heart opener. Helps make room for baby as well. From here, release your hands and slowly bend forward. If you want to bring some blocks underneath your hands, you're welcome to do so. We're just opening up the back of the legs again. Let your head dangle. If you need to have a slight bend in your knees, you can do that as well. We're going to make our way down to the mat into lizard pose. So bring that left foot back behind you, keeping your right leg bent. If you need to bring your left knee down, that is fine as well. We just want to open our hips here. Make sure you bring your chest forward. You don't want to collapse into it. And we're going to slowly make our way onto the opposite side here in a moment. If you feel comfortable in a plank position, you can bring that right foot back and then left foot forward. Again, if you want to bring your right knee down, you're welcome to do so. Whatever feels comfortable for you and your body. Just opening up those hips. Now let's start to make our way onto our mat. You can bring both your knees down if they're not already down. Bring your seat all the way down onto your mat. Make sure you're sitting directly on your sit bones. So you may have to pull some fleshy parts from underneath. Ladies, move your booty. Bring your feet out wide. Let's reconnect with that breath. Make sure you're sitting up straight. Bring one of your hands to your heart and the other to your navel. Get ready to close your eyes and tune back inward. Focus on that breath work before we go into some nice relaxation here. Open your eyes, drop your hands. Inhale, bring your hands over to your right side. And slowly pivot yourself so you're getting a nice stretch in your side body. So your left arm will be coming over your head. And then you can kind of move to where your upper body is going over your leg. If you can reach that foot, that's great. If not, that's totally fine too. Bring yourself back to center before we make our way onto our left side. Inhale and stretch that right arm over your head, getting a nice side body stretch. Pivot your upper body so it's coming over that leg. Get ready to go center here. Bring yourself up. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. And exhale, slowly start to bend forward. Let your hands come to rest wherever is comfortable to you. If you don't have a belly in the way, you can make your way as far down to the floor as possible. I'm going as far down as I can. Make sure you keep your feet flexed here too. You're going to feel a nice stretch going all the way down the back of your legs. Keep focusing on that breath. Slowly start to make your way back up to a seated position. And slowly start to bring your legs together into a comfortable seat. We're going to go into fire log, so you can grab your mat here and your block here and place it under your knee. Or if you don't need that, you want to just stack one foot on top of one knee so that your feet and knees are parallel. You're going to notice that one side is definitely tighter here. This is my looser side. If you're feeling any sort of pain, make sure both of your feet are flexed. Sit here as long as is comfortable for you. And if you're feeling really comfortable, you can slowly bring your body forward a little bit, getting more of a stretch. We're going to make our way on to our other side here in just a moment. So we're going to slowly bring that top foot off of that bottom leg. Straighten both legs forward and shake them out. And come on to the opposite side. This is my tighter side. So again, you can grab that block and place it under the bottom knee, or even under the knee on top, depending on your level of flexibility and what feels comfortable for you. Since I feel comfortable here, I just kind of let that knee hover a little bit and I breathe into it. Again, if you're feeling any sort of tightness, make sure both of your feet are flexed. And stay here as long as is comfortable for you. And if you feel comfortable doing so, you can move your upper body with a straight back, again, a little bit over your legs. And we're going to slowly come out of this pose. Remove that leg from on top. Straighten both feet out in front of you and shake them out. We're going to come into a modified seated forward fold, bringing your feet a little bit wider than hip distance and reaching toward your feet. Again, we're just stretching out those hamstrings. Keep your back flat or as straight as possible. We have one more core strengthener before we go into Shavasana. Come onto your hands and knees. Bring your hands forward a little bit. And if you feel comfortable here, you can do this modified plank pose on your knees. Or you can come all the way up, curl your toes under, straighten your legs. Make sure you're in a straight line from your shoulders all the way down to your feet. And keep breathing here as we hold this plank position, equal in breaths and out breaths. And we're going to release our back once more. Drop your knees down, separate them mat distance, feet together, hips back toward your feet, hands out in front of you into child's pose. Keep breathing and relaxing here. We're going to go into our final resting pose in Shavasana here in a moment, our modified Shavasana on our side. Slowly start to make your way back up. Come onto a comfortable seat. And you're going to bring your body on your side, down onto your mat, left side or right side. Bring your arm underneath your head. If you have a pillow close by, you can bring that and place it between your knees. Slow your breath. You can stay here for as long as you'd like. Whenever you're ready, press yourself up into a comfortable seated position on your mat. Keep your eyes closed. Inhale and bring your arms all the way up above your head in prayer. Drop your hands past your mind, past your mouth, and close into your heart. Remember your intention you set today. The light within me recognizes and honors the light within each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me.